welcome back to another episode of the Steebee Weebee Show. We have a very special guest tonight. Please welcome for the first time ever, OG skateboarder, Andy Roy. Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Oh, thank you,
It's an honor to have you, man.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Like I said,
cool.
I haven't had a lot of skateboarders on here, but it's always a treat when I do get them. And
Right.
yeah, you're, man. I just watched your Epically Later, man. I was obsessed with it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that part
You
where
liked
that,
it?
yeah, where the guy walks up to you.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What ended up happening there? At
the little derby skate
yeah,
park?
the Derby skate. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a company that I rode for.
Yeah,
and,
Santa Cruz?
It was Consolidated.
Consolidated.
Skateboards.
That's what's up. Yep.
And when I rode for Santa Cruz, he was like a team manager type dude, and he was like they hired him as to be the funny guy for like skits and stuff, and kind of goofy dude. Jason Jesse, Steve Keenan, they left Santa Cruz to start Consolidated, and he joined them. And I would go on skateboard trips, and I would just mess with him. I just fuck with him, like torture him, and like. He was like a bartender, and he worked at this pool hall, and I got drunk, and I would never like to go to the bathroom because I feel like I'd miss out on the action, so I would just pee right there at the bar thing, you know, but I just whip it out right there.
Oh, damn.
But there was a video camera, and he just so happened to be looking at the camera and caught me, and he kicked me out. Yeah, so I was always causing a ruckus around this guy, and so we kind of butted heads a lot, and then one of the dudes on the team we got voted in Thrasher like the most stable team. We're like a family, you know.
Are you talking about Anti-Hero?
No, this was Consolidated.
Oh, this is Consolidated still. This is before, because you were on Anti-Hero too.
For like almost 20
long
years. Yeah.
Oh, gee, dude.
But
it's a great company.
Yeah.
Yeah, great company.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Those dudes are rad. Julian and Cardio.
So let's keep it with Consolidated.
Yeah, so like they kicked off Jesse Paez, a good friend of mine.
That's
and
your homie.
That's my homie, you know. And they
like childhood?
No, but just like just from skating, you know, and traveling. And when you go on the road with someone, and like we went on a 2-month tour, and it was like Karma, Tasha, Jesse Paez, his brother Richard, younger brother, Doug Sains, Alan Peterson, and me. And 2 months in a ghetto van, we called it. You had to hot wire it to start it.
Yeah, you toured in that?
Toured in that across the country, and then when you spend 2 months in a small little van, you get close, you know.
Oh, hell yeah.
Spend a lot of time together through skating, and when they kicked him off, it just like broke my heart, you know what I mean? So like I took it out on Birdo, and that dude that was walking out that you seen, he was wearing a Consolidated hat.
I've rewinded that.
Yeah,
I rewind that scene because you stood your ground.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, oh, this guy's not backing down.
Nah, man. Yeah. Like
it was uncomfortable to watch, but it was addicting to me because I'm like, oh man, let me see, because it shows him like, and then the other dude rolls up.
Yeah.
The owner of the company or something.
Birdo or whatever.
But that's cool. You stood, you know, because that's your homie.
Dude. And I'll take whatever he had that he was gonna try and give me. I'll like whatever that dude Birdo was gonna give me. I was gonna take it out on that other guy.
Yeah, they didn't do nothing though, did they?
No, of course not.
Because I like when you said, "Do what you gotta do, man."
Yeah. You know,
said something crazy. I'm like, is he gonna do anything? And he didn't do anything.
Nah, he didn't.
All right. I love it. I was dying because I never thought I didn't think that I would have you here on my podcast. So now I have a chance to ask you these things.
Yeah.
So man, like your skate career's been so long, and how did you like get into skateboarding?
Dude, my mom had a boyfriend when I was a kid, probably like 6 years old, and the boyfriend had a son that skated, and he was way older than me, and he had a quarter pipe out in front of their yard, and so I just jump on one of their boards and skate. And
this is in the 80s?
That was my first taste. Like, this was in the 70s.
This was in the 70s?
Early 70s.
This was in the 70s?
I'm 48, dude. I've been around
Looking
a minute.
good, brother.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Still going strong.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So, like, that was, like, the first, like, taste of skating. But it wasn't until I was, like, 11, 12, when I, like, dude, I got a skateboard, dude, and I'm like, this is what I want to do, and that's all I'm going to do.
What was it about skateboarding that, like, grabbed your attention? Like, what did you like about it? Is it just being on the board, or the tricks, or going fast, or?
You know what? It was like, dude, you could let out whatever you're feeling on your skateboard. Like, I played Little League baseball, and, like, you know, that team sport stuff, and the coach yelling at you, and they pat you on the butt. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like,
not for you.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whatever. I just like skating, dude. Once I found skating, I was just like, dude, I want to do this, man. This is rad. And the older dudes that I seen skating that were ahead of me, that were older, dude, they were so rad. I was just like, I want to do that.
Like, do you have memories of like a trick they might have done, or like just the vibe that you got watching them?
Dude, it was just like this guy Nathan Horton. He was like the first dude, like one of the first dudes that I hooked up with. He's a few years older than me, and he would take me around, but he was so aggressive, and like, dude, anyone got in his way, he would run him over. It was a lot different back then. It wasn't as friendly, and it wasn't on TV. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, dude, he was just so gnarly, and just the way. And then I grew up with punk rock music. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
punk
what's
rock
up.
skating. Like, I don't know. I was just like a little shithead when I was younger. So, dude, I don't know, all of it, just like to be able to grind that sound, like everything, like you could just let out whatever's inside you, anger,
it's
whatever it is,
then.
and let adrenaline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just cool, man.
It's in a different. I've noticed. Well, I'm in my 40s as well.
Right.
But I noticed that now it's like more. Back then, I noticed it was more outcast.
Yeah.
But now it's like kind of like so mainstream.
Yeah. It's
like,
crazy.
what are your thoughts? Because you grew up during a whole different. Like in my high school, there was maybe 3 or 4 skaters, maybe.
Right.
And everyone, they were outcasts. It wasn't cool.
I got you. You didn't
baggy
get
ass
laid.
clothes.
Yeah.
You
didn't get laid. The chicks didn't dig it.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
The jocks didn't like you.
No.
No, I got you. And like, dude, that's crazy, because like it's gonna be in the Olympics now. Like it's like the nerds and all, like they figured out how to skateboard now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's like a alternate reality.
It's crazy, because back then, like if you seen someone with beat up shoes and like
or the ollie marks,
marks, that
that's
right
how you
there.
knew. Yeah, you're like, oh, he skates.
That dude skates. And instant you had that bond. Like, all right, he's one of me. You know, we're doing the same thing. Like,
but now you
don't even know. Like, it's crazy.
And not only that, like when I was growing up, like if you could kickflip, you were the man.
Yeah.
But now they're like switch flipping before that, or switch laser flipping. And like, okay,
it's crazy.
What do you think about the progression? Because back then it was like you learn like, you know, front 180.
Yeah.
Ollie first. You have to learn ollie first.
Right. Absolutely.
But now they're skipping it.
Yeah, dude. They're like, dude. I think they just see what's on TV, and they're just so good now. Like they see a 540. Like, I'm gonna do a 540. Like they could just. These kids are like 10, 11 years old, are catching on to it and turning pro at like 13, 14. That's crazy. You know, like
I watched the barracks and these young kids coming out of there, and I'm like, how old is he?
Rip, man.
And he's grinding the rails, like feeble grinding the rails, switch feeble. I'm like, what the?
It's
just
dude, it's on
insane.
a whole nother level for sure.
Yeah. So, but let's go back to like how you were brought up in skateboarding. Right. It wasn't like that when you were growing up.
Dude, like I skated Derby Skate Park, and dude, the locals were so gnarly that I didn't know how to skateboard. And it was a ball with a snake run with a hip at the end. So you had to push around, like carve down the snake and hit the hip, right? And I didn't know what I was doing. I'd get in the way, and these dudes would run me over. They'd spit on me.
They would spit on you?
Yeah, dude, like little kid, like just get the fuck out of the way. Like, you're in our way. Like,
jeez.
So I would wait till dark time. When it got dark, when they would all leave, then I would start skating, and I would learn how to, dude, I learned how to skate in the dark. Just because like they're all gone, so no one's gonna spit or run me over until I learned how to figure it out.
Yeah.
Then I got in there, and then they were like, cool, this little kid wasn't getting in the way no more,
So like, I wanted to also add on because you do skate transition and vert and bowls, and like, did you learn how to do that first, or you did both? Because you skate both.
Yeah, like I skate everything, but like my whole deal is like I like to skate transition. You know what I mean? But when when Vert died, in street skating, I rode for Santa Cruz, and they're like, you have to have an all street part. You have to wear baggy pants.
This is in '92 then.
It was like early '90s.
Early '90s,
like '91.
Yeah, well, like for the viewers and listeners, Snake Run is like a kind of
so
it's an obstacle, kind of like a wavy.
It's transition, so it's like a bowl, like it wasn't very deep, but like
it's like a slalom type.
Yeah, and then a Snake Run is like banks on it, so like you had to hit one side to the other side to keep the speed going, and then a hip is like where you could do like crack ollie, like do tricks on it, but I grew up skating that kind of stuff, and then when Vert died and street skating started coming in.
That was in the 90s, right?
That was in the 90s. Yeah. And then like, punk rock was out, like rap music started being in the videos and stuff. And I had to like kind of like switch it up, like if you want to stick with what's going on, you have to street skate,
So then you had to focus on street skating then?
Yeah, and I didn't flip my board much. I could do like hill flips and some pop shove-its.
Yeah. I love pop shove-its. I love pop shove-its.
So like, dude, I would just try and do like stuff that no one else was doing, like jump out of windows into Tarrant, like just whatever, you know what I mean? That no one else was doing.
So how did you like adapt to that time period, like when skateboarding changed? Were you just like, all right, I'll just
because dude, skating's just so sick, you know what I mean? Like I think the definition of a professional skateboarder is someone that skates everything. You know what I mean? Like if you're a professional and you're put at a demo, and let's say like
there's a bowl,
it's a curb, or it's just a rail, or it's
bank,
a bank.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be able to do something on it, and like stoke the crowd out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a definition of a pro skater. It's someone that could like shine
on all terrains.
But
So do you think, because in today's age, it's split kind of. You got your street league or the dudes that just do the street obstacle courses,
But now, like, dude, the kids are skating everything. Like, there's a good group now that could skate everything,
Right.
But there are it is still like a bunch of street skaters, and then there's the vert dudes, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like the vert dudes usually can't skate the street, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
they can't ollie. They can't ollie.
Yeah.
They're used to putting pads on and, like using the coping to catch air and stuff like that, where you don't hit your tail,
That's what's up. Were you were around during Hosoi then, right?
I rode for Hosoi when he, he asked me to ride for him, dude, and that was a big honor.
So,
dude, that was when he was all messed up.
Explain who, because a lot of my viewers might not know, but explain who Christian Hosoi is.
Dude, Christian Hosoi is a straight rock star. All right, so when I was a kid, he was pro. Like, dude, I had all his posters on the wall, but he was like, he'd wear hair extensions. He wore spandex. Dude.
Bandanas.
Yeah, he just had all the stuff. Like, just like...
he could have been in Van Halen or something.
Straight up.
He was a rock star.
Dude, straight up, dude. And he got all the girls. He he's like a good-looking dude. Yeah. And he had that
he had his
aura
own move,
like,
the Christ stare, right?
Christ stare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Explain what his signature move was.
That is like where on a vert ramp, they do a backside air, and he flies out, and he takes the board off his feet, and he straightens his legs and spreads his arm like a cross, like an actual cross, and then puts it back under his feet. Like, dude, he's like 10 feet in the air, puts it back on his feet and lands it,
He had a mean rocket air, too.
Yeah, a rocket
or
air.
judo air.
Yeah, dude, he had the best style. Like, he still does. Like, he's like a natural.
Is he still around?
Dude, he's a born-again Christian.
Get the hell out of here.
When I was riding for him, he was messed up on speed. He was like big time on.
I heard that he was on meth. Yeah,
and he got caught smuggling it, and they jammed him up at the airport, tackled him, I guess, and he had like a pound. Like, he got busted for a good amount. Damn. He was looking at 12 years. He ended up doing like 7 years, I think.
He
in federal prison. and he got out, dude, and he's became a born-again Christian, and now he's like a pastor, and
well, good for him.
Dude, he's doing great.
Yeah, I'm just happy
dude,
he's
I
alive.
love him to death, dude. He's a rad dude.
Man, that's an icon right there.
Dude, yeah. Like, he seriously had the highest air record, you know.
Oh, what
like,
about his signature skateboard?
Yeah,
that's like the most iconic designs. Like
dude, he was like, like you said, he was like a rock star. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everywhere he went, everyone knew who he was, and he knew it too. He was very he wasn't like a big ego. Like, he just knew he had it, but he was cool at the same time. You know, he wasn't like like an asshole or nothing. He was just a rad dude.
He was on top for a while.
Yeah, dude.
His only competition was Tony Hawk.
Yeah, dude. He would beat Tony all like they were battling it for years. You know.
Well, they were rivals.
Rivals, absolutely.
So this was in '84.
All through the 80s.
All
and
through
stuff.
the 80s. Yeah.
And like Christian was the one that was natural, that did big airs. And then Tony was
got
the one.
more tech though.
Yeah, he was very technical, and he invented a lot of tricks. People gave him shit because he didn't have a good style, but dude, Tony rules. He's the raddest, you know.
And so, and then he came up with Birdhouse.
Yeah,
project.
Birdhouse.
Yeah.
We just were with them the other day. We went and hung out with them. We were with Steve-O, and Steve-O had these ramps, and 30 years. So when he was 14, and it was in '89, the year I graduated, he had these wall ride ramps. So they're ramps that you push against the wall, and you ride up one, and you ride on the wall, and then you come down on the other one.
Damn.
So he brought them. We jumped in his van, put him the ramps in a trailer, drove to Tony's in San Diego to his warehouse where he has this big vert ramp, put him up against this wall. And we skated all dude, we got to skate with Tony Hawk.
Real fun.
Yeah, dude, it was rad.
He's cool, right?
Yeah, dude, he's
Tony Hawk.
Dude, Tony fucking Hawk, man.
Dude, that's
like,
crazy.
Dude, it's insane. Like, dude, and all these guys, I had all posters on my wall, you know, as a kid.
Yeah, who were some of your favorite skaters growing up?
Growing up, dude, Jay Adams, Jason Jesse.
Dogtown.
Dude, Dogtown, like the Lords of Dogtown. Jay Adams was a good friend of mine also, and he passed away. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, but dude, he was like
Legend.
one of my heroes. You know what I mean? Like, anything that dude did, I'm like, I want to do that.
That dude was raw.
Dude, straight raw. Dude, I love that you said raw.
Didn't he grow up in like a Chicano neighborhood too?
Yeah, dude, he's like a white cholo. Yeah.
Like for real.
Like for real.
Like how the hell do you adapt? You're a skater, but then you're in an area and you're a white dude, but you're around Chicano gangs.
Because he was just crazy, dude, and they just knew like this crazy white boy. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Was he in the gang?
I know he ran with them. I don't know, like if he got jumped in, but like it was like the Suicidal Boys or something. Like, I went there when I was like 16, dude, and it was so gnarly.
You went to Dogtown?
To Venice, and like ran into all. Like I got sponsored by Bronze Age. It was like one of my first sponsors.
Yeah.
King and Bronze Age clothing, and I went to Venice when I was 16 years old. My mom let me get out of school, and I drove. My friends worked for them, so I got to go down there. They put me on a team, and I went to Venice where they all skated. And Jay Adams, Julian Stranger, Eric Dressen, Aaron Murray, Soy was there. Dude, all these gnarly legends. Dude, I was 16 years old going, no way. Like, it was insane.
You skated with them?
All of them. I got to see them all skate. Dude, I was just in awe. You know what I mean? As a kid.
What did that do to you? Like, did you get adrenaline from
Dude,
that?
straight up. Like, also, dude, they had a big ramp in the middle of, like, where they skated, and I cut in someone's way. And it was a rough area. Like, that place was kind of rough.
Well, give some context. What was Venice like back then? Because you're like, dude, it was like, it was crazy.
Right, yeah, so, like, it was starting to, like, it's just, like, a lot of Mexicans. There's blacks, but a majority was, like, Mexicans. And they were just, like, cholo dudes, man. And they were just, like, they all skated, but they were, like, they grew up in, like, gnarly neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So it was just, like, a rough area where they all grew up from. So they just had that tough mentality. And they just held it down where they were at. And, dude, I just got in some dude's way, and he grabbed my board and threw it. And I was just like, dude, I didn't even go get it. I was just like, dude, I fucked up. I got in there. And I was young, you know.
Oh, right.
A couple minutes went by. He went and grabbed my board and just go, kid, just don't get in my way again. You know, you got to watch what you're doing. And I'm like, dude, you betcha. I'll never get in your way again. You know what I mean? Like,
damn, dude. That was like straight up
rough, dude. And it was getting dark time. And they were all sitting on this wall, and this, like, prostitute came up, and she, like, asked for a beer, and they just started, like, they started fucking with her, and, like, one dude peed in a bottle, poured it on her head, and, like, she started, like, playing, like shampoo, and started, like, playing with it in her hair. Then they, like, socked her in the face. Dude, I'm 16, just going, dude, this is gnarly, dude.
That's pretty gnarly.
It was crazy, you know. I was tripping, and they just let me go, and they're like, you're gonna go you're gonna meet Jay Adams for the day. You're gonna go hang out with him. And I'm like, what? Like,
so what was that like,
dude? He was surfing. Like, you're gonna go on the pier. He's gonna be out surfing. Wait for him to come out, and you're gonna go kick it with him. We gotta work. And he got out from surfing, and he came up onto the pier, and he's like, hey man, you're Andy. All right. Do a backside 180 ollie, and I'm like, okay. So I did it. And
it was like a test.
He's just like, yeah, let me see what you got, kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
so you had to do it in person.
Yeah, right in front of him, dude. And he's like, all right, you got it. You know what I mean? And we start walking away, and some girl's like checking out the waves, been leaning over the rail, and he slaps her in the ass, and we keep watching. He was just like, he just did whatever the fuck he wanted. He was very outspoken, and he was just a nut. He was like a little kid in an older person's body, you know?
Yeah, I saw that documentary, the Dogtown documentary.
Yeah, Lords of Dogtown.
Yeah, I think that just for a reference point, people should watch it.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I mean? Because it explains like what they were about. And
yeah.
They had a local shop too, right?
Yes,
yeah.
And Jeff Ho was like, he was the one that shaped the surfboards, and then Skip Ingram was the one that like got the team together, and I think he started shaping the skateboards too also. It was like a surf shop, and then they were all surfers, and then when there was no waves, they would skate. And, you know, like emulate or whatever the word's called, like they would copy surfing but on the sidewalk.
That's crazy. Sidewalk surfing, dude. And then they just got rad at it, you know what I mean? And there was like 5 or 6 of them or something. There was like Jim Muir, Mike Muir from Suicidal. He was a tight artist too. He did all the designs and stuff. Yeah.
They were like you know, like they're the ones that started it all, you know?
Crazy.
Like,
yeah.
And Jay was the one that was the craziest out of all of them. He's the one that didn't care about like being sponsored or like
he just
all
did
the fame or nothing. He just loved it, and it was in his heart. And he was just a true 100% skateboarder.
So this was in the 70s.
70s, yeah.
So from the 70s, when did it start changing, and when did you move on to these other companies?
Like I got sponsored when I was 16, and I was about like 89 is when I like got sponsored, where I skated this pool. After I skated Derby, I went to this it was a burned down house, and this pool had been there since like 72 or something. It was empty, kind of Buena Vista pool. So I go out there and skate it, and the same dudes that were spitting on me at the other place were there.
Oh, they're skating it too?
Doing the same thing. So I waited till dark time and learned how to skate that same place until I got the respect. Yeah. And then they had a contest, and I ended up winning it. I beat all the older dudes. Everyone,
you beat them?
Dudes, all of them. Dude,
right,
all of them.
Andy.
And then this dude, Steve Keenan, was there, and he's like, dude, I want to give you free skateboards. Like, I'll put you on the flow team.
So you just got flowed right there.
Yeah, and he goes, come in and get some stuff. It was Santa Cruz Skateboards. I came in, he gave me a duffel bag full of gear, and I came home to my mom and showed it to her, and she's like, where'd you steal all this stuff from? Where'd you get all this stuff?
No, you did it legit.
I'm like, no,
you did
man,
it in
they
person.
gave it to me. Yeah.
So you know what makes me think about today and back then? Like that's more respectable, because now, you know, they're like, look at my Instagram video.
That's what they do.
But back then you had to like, there's different pressure. You had to like, the dude was right there. You had to do it on the spot.
Right.
Even if your leg was all messed up, you had to still do it. So I mean,
like
that's
there
crazy.
was, like now, I'm not the one that could be like, hey, sponsor me. Like, hey, I'm rad. I rip. Like, hook me up. You know what I mean? I'm just not that dude. So like, he hit me up. Thank God, because I couldn't do that. And then the kids now, they make videos and send it to the company that they
edit
like,
it on the computer.
and edit, and they do all that.
Yeah.
And like, sponsor me, and that's how they get sponsored. But like, back in my day, like, you just skated. You know what I mean? And if you got, I tell kids today, like, if you rip, if you're about it, and you're gnarly, someone's gonna see you and recognize it, your skills, and hook you up, man.
And especially in today's age, there's so many skate parks now.
They're everywhere.
If you're a kid that rips, you just show up, rip one day, and someone might be there.
Yep, absolutely.
Like, dude, you rip.
And if you're about it, and you're that dude that is that gnarly, they're gonna notice it, and they're gonna probably hook you up, throw you in a van, and see if you get along with all the other riders on the team, and if you could fit on like a trip, and don't blow it. You know what I mean? 'Cause there's a test run. They just don't like.
So explain what does that entail? What does blowing it mean, and what's the test run?
Like you get someone new on the team, and all right, like, because there's like let's say there's 8 of you on the team. Like, okay, you rip, you rip, all right? Like, you're good enough to be sponsored, but you got to get along with the dudes on the team.
That's very important.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
You could get on each other's nerves, and then someone that's never been on the road, and you could get, it's easy to fuck up and like just blow it or something.
Or what if you're just like drinking the whole time?
Yeah, you could be one of those. Yeah, not
smoking weed
skating
all day. Yeah.
So like, dude, you got to get along with all this chemistry. Like you got to get along with everyone else and have that that chemistry and get along with everyone.
So would you say it's like half your skill, half just if you get along?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
how you hold yourself.
So half of it if you're a cool dude.
Yeah, like we had this dude when I rode for Anti-Hero Skateboards. Rainy Bears is a dude that he's pro for Anti-Hero now, but he jumped in the van and it wasn't for sure he was on the team. He jumped on the dude and he just fit in. Like he was down to sweep pools. Like if we found the empty pool, like he was there to sweep up. Like he helped out. Like he participated and like helped with anything that we had going on.
That's huge.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got someone that just thinks they rip and expect it. Then we had another dude that was from Australia that jumped in on our team and went on a trip. You buy beer, you buy it for everybody that's in the crew.
Yeah, of course.
He would buy like a 6-pack and keep it his little special beer, and he kind of distanced himself from everybody else. So like,
that's
all
selfish.
right, you know
that's
what I mean?
Selfish,
yeah,
man.
like because we're all in it together.
Yeah.
Like the Anti-Hero started with 4 of us. Like
how'd you get on? Like let's talk about that. Like how'd you meet like Julian Stranger and all those dudes and Cardiel and all them?
It's a trick because Julian grew up in Venice also and San Francisco back and forth. But when I was 16 years old, Julian was skating with Eric Dressen. And I was wearing a Thrasher shirt, right? And I had silk screened a Dead Kennedys logo on it.
Oh, we
in
had
my
a
class.
DH Pellegro's been here.
I seen him at a meeting the other day with Steve-O.
Yeah. That's the homie. Yeah, he's been on here.
I got to shake his hand. That's insane.
He's good dude.
Rad.
Yeah, that's my brother. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. But yes, and Julian was skating by, and I went to high school with a friend that grew. His mom was like really good friends with Julian's mom.
Okay.
So these guys grew up as little kids. They're born in the same hospital. My friend Gabe. And my friend Gabe knew I was going to Venice. And he's like, dude, if you see Julian Stranger, tell him like, like I'm your homie, Gabe and stuff. Well, here comes Julian skating. And I just couldn't go up to him and be like, hey, dude, I'm Gabe's friend. I just was not like that. But he was skating by and he seen my shirt, the print, the Dead Kennedys print. And he stopped and he goes, hey, dude, that's a sick shirt. And he skated off. And I was like, I could have said something right there. But
that was your window. Oh,
but that was my first time with like he was rad. One of my favorite skateboarders of all time.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then just like when I rode for Santa Cruz, he rode for SMA. Those two teams were under the same company roof.
Santa Monica Airlines. Yeah, SMA.
So we'd go on trips, and he would be on them too. So
he recognized you.
Yeah, we liked how each other skated, and like we drank and partied, and we caused a ruckus. We like this causing trouble. Like we just
got along.
You know
Yeah.
And then from that time on, we are just homies, And then he started Anti-Hero Skateboards. It was me, Julian, Cardiel, and Sean Young. Like we all hung out together. I rode for Focus at the time, and I ended up riding for Consolidated. And then Julian rode for Underworld Element, and then Real Skateboards. John rode for Black. We all rode for different companies.
Yeah.
And then why not? Like Julian got offered to start his own company.
Yeah.
And get the dudes you hang out with. So
to form the team.
To form the team.
You're the homie.
And then we got Bob Burnquist. Those guys went to Brazil, ran into Bob, invited him to come over to the States.
Damn.
He stayed with us for the first time, and he joined the team, and it kind of just started like just a small group of friends, and they figured it was going to last like a year, if that, and it'd be done. Because we were all troubled. Like, we were the knuckleheads, you know what I mean?
But it's still here.
And it's still here. It's one of the top companies,
Yeah.
I'm not riding for them no more, but I like 20 years I was with them. You know what I mean? Like, that's family right there.
Yeah,
long time. Like, my heart is definitely will always be part of their whole deal.
I mean, you're always a part of that. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, right? That's family, dude. Yeah. Those are like your brothers.
Stuck around when I was doing bad, and like I get out of jail or.
Yeah, I want to talk about. I mean, do you mind? Like, can we get into that because we're both sober now? Like, I'm sober, and then you're sober too. You don't do drugs or alcohol.
No, nothing.
How did through just the skateboarding lifestyle, you were drinking and doing drugs and all that. Yeah.
Like I grew up like I just was always around drinking, friends drinking in high school. I had a group of friends that we do blow, like got into cocaine. Like I would get drunk and do some lines of coke, and then I would go on when I got sponsored, I would go on these trips, come back, and my friends were smoking it. And they started smoking coke, and then I'd smoke it, get drunk, and then I would split on trips, come back, and then I came back, and one of the dudes that was in that little circle of friends brought around heroin, and I broke my foot, and I was like held up for like 6 months, and I started doing that, and I was bored, like, and it just snatched me up, dude, and it was just like,
that's a dangerous one,
dude. Dude, I don't wish it on my worst enemy, man. Like,
that one is,
it's a bummer.
It's a dangerous one,
right in the prime of my skating too. Like,
damn, dude. So that just took you out.
Yeah, dude. Where I was just like so embarrassed of what I'd done, I just hid out. Like they tried tracking me down, and I just wouldn't answer the phone or. Like I just hid from them, dude. I was just so embarrassed.
From your team members?
Yeah, from all my Julian, all those guys, you know.
Team manager trying to reach you.
All of them, you know, and I just hung out with dudes that were just fucked up on drugs.
Loaded,
and they weren't my real friends, you know what I mean? Misery loves company.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. So did you go to prison?
I went to prison. I ended up going to prison. Like I started going to jail, like little Camp Snoopy's, they call them, like an honor farm, where it's like minimum security.
Okay.
Where like there's a mile track, a latte, a pool table, ping pong. They had weights.
Cupcake jail.
Yeah, Camp Snoopy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude,
so it was just chilling.
And then as I started getting more trouble, I would get stuck down in the county jail where they wouldn't let me go out to that. It was because it was like a privilege to go out to that honor farm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I started getting caught up, and I would just get stuck in the county jail. And then as I started getting doing more crimes and stuff, I ended up going to prison. You know what I mean? And
like prison.
Prison.
For how long?
Dude, I like a total of 10 years of not straight, but like jail and prison. You know, and the last place I paroled from was Pelican Bay.
What?
And dude, that's like one of the most violent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wasn't on the level 4 yard, but like, dude, all the yard. It's just any prison is no joke.
Well, I only see it through movies or you know, on YouTube. There's like prison chant, like after
lockup.
Yeah. But
dude.
That's why I knew what a cupcake jail was because that's like the nice one.
Yeah.
But like, how do you like? Can you describe how different it is in prison? Like there, you have to. Isn't there like races or split up?
Separated by races. It's like grown ass men. Like it's the real deal. It's like it's all about respect. You know what I mean? Like you cough, you cover your mouth. You don't if you're at a table at the chow hall, you don't reach over for the salt and pepper over someone. You know, you bump into someone, you say excuse me.
Yeah, right.
There's just like the way you hold yourself. You can't. Drink or eat after the blacks or different races, and that's not disrespect to all other races.
You're in a different cart right there.
I hung out like with the Peckerwoods, just the white.
It's called
boys.
the Peckerwoods. Yeah.
White boys, you know. Then you got skinheads, you got Crips, you got Bloods, you got Norteños, Serranos, there's Asians.
We're
like
the others.
The others.
Yeah,
but they're cool, man. They do their own thing, man.
What there's
cool.
like 2 of them?
Yeah, there's like a couple, you know. There's a couple. You got the
For real?
Indians, you know.
Oh, like, there's Indians too?
Yeah, and they got, it's a trip because they got their own sweat lot. They got like, because they let you do your religion, right? You could, if you're into Satan, you could go practice satanic, whatever.
Crazy.
But they got their own little fenced off area where they could go strip down on their boxers and sweat it out, whatever their little deal is, you know. And but it's all separated, you know what I mean? And
is there? I mean, because I've watched movies like American Me.
That one's pretty close to the real deal. The guy Danny Romo that did all the fake tattoos in that movie did this tattoo.
He did that.
He did that. Yeah, he was in the movie when they were shanking him at the end.
Yeah,
and tossed him over the tier.
Yeah,
he was one of those dudes. like I met him through Jason Jesse, a friend of mine.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
But I was wondering, is there like rape that happens?
Yeah, definitely. It does happen, but it ain't like what you know what I mean, like how they show it. You know what I mean?
But in that movie, there were some brutal scenes.
Yeah,
dude. Like the guy, the politician, whatever dude's son.
Yeah.
That was working in the kitchen.
Right.
Like, hey, we're gonna have a stripper come later.
Right.
Who's the stripper? You are.
Yeah.
And then so does that stuff
But that's
happen?
the big no. That's where they got Edward James Olmos and all them got in trouble because. This is not it's the Mexican mafia, right? And
yeah,
I'm not one of those, but
M.A. Yeah, M.A. Yeah.
I just know from just being around the stuff that they don't do that. They don't do that rape stuff, and you won't be a Mexican. Like that's their deal. Like they don't.
So what
get
do you
down
say?
like
Are
that.
there rules for each tier, or like different groups have different
they
rules?
all got their own deal going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
like if you want to play cards with like a black guy or an Asian guy, or you can't do that.
You can, but I don't because dude, that's how you get stabbed, and that's how like you could start a race riot because someone like bets their breakfast tray or something.
Yeah.
And a grown ass man wakes up in the morning and he's hungry and he has to decides like, I don't want to give up my tray. All right, we're gonna have to go in the bathroom or around the building and handle it then. Like
Yeah.
And fight, and that could stir up some bad stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like sore loser, so I never gambled. I didn't bet. I didn't play cards. Like I was cool with other races, but I just didn't. Because I just know bad stuff could happen.
Yeah.
Or get a dope dad or something, do drugs in there.
So it's politics. Then.
Oh,
it's
big
all
time.
politics.
Dude, big time,
How do you shower? What's showering like there? Like,
dude, this is crazy.
Yeah. No, I've always wondered that because I'm like, is it like a big room or do you have your own individual stall?
I was just like you, dude. When I first, before I even went to dude, it's gnarly, right?
It's gnarly.
When I first started going to jail, my friend had been going to jail, and I was like, dude, can you draw it out for me and show me what it's like? Like this is like, so he's like, the bunks are right here, the day rooms right here, the basketball courts out there, the top tiers, he just drew it all. I was just like, because I knew I was going. He
drew a map?
Yeah, he like drew it. Because I was just like, I knew I was bound to go. You know what I mean? I was like,
you're prepping.
You do bad stuff, bad things are going to happen.
Right,
you know what I mean?
No,
but then like prison, like you're in with like 10 other dudes and you got 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes and you have to wear... You wear your mandatory. You wear your shoes to the shower because if you fight,
slippers.
That's a big no. Because
these are no.
You wear them in the shower, but you bring them with you. Oh. So like before you go to prison, you have to order them on the commissary list in jail. Because they don't give them to you in prison, so you'll be barefooted and get.
Commissary. What is a commissary?
Commissary is where you get your little zooms and whams, where you get your snacks, your top ramens, your
granola bars,
your granola bars,
your top ramen,
your what is that? Your hosted like little Debbie's and tuna and stuff like that. So you get to order once a week, $75 a week. Doritos, all that kind of stuff.
Because you can make your own stuff in your cell?
Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'd rather do that.
Yeah, dude.
You get creative.
Yeah, I'd do a sweet and sour pork,
there
man.
You go,
yeah.
dude. How do you cook it, though?
Dude, they give you hot water. There's a hot water thing. You know what I mean?
What about shampoo and soap?
You order that on the commissary list.
So everyone has their own soap box?
They give you a fish kit, they call it. Like for the new fish that come in, if you don't got no money, they give you like a little
it's called a
sampler.
It's called a fish kit.
Yeah. Because you're a new fish coming in, so
why
they
do
give
they call it fish?
You know what? I don't even know. Like this, the new, I don't know. But
when a new guy walks in, like he's walking in the yard, do they put soap in a pillowcase and then they like hit you like?
No, we
remember that movie Bad Boys with Sean Penn?
Yeah, dude, that's a great movie. We put locks from your locker, like your lock,
and you put it in a pillowcase.
We've done that.
So your first day in the gnarly prison,
dude. When the first day I went to prison, I went to it's called reception, and I went to Tracy DVI. Because the area that I caught my case and went to prison, that's where you go. If you're from like Santa Cruz up north, Santa Cruz, San Jose, you go to San Quentin. And then from San Quentin, you do 30 days. And then you talk to a parole board and they send you out to wherever they think is where you should go.
I wouldn't last a day there.
So it's all respect. It ain't as gnarly as you think. If you just are respectful and like if you stand up for yours, it don't matter if you get beat up, but if you just at least stand up for yourself, you know what I mean? Like you'll be all right. But there are some yards where like there's no hands policy where you don't fight with your fist, you only stab. As the higher levels you go. But the first day I went to prison, man, I'm on the bus and we hear we're like in the little bullpen before they like house you, like dress you and give you all your gear to ship you off to your the bay you're gonna go to. And they're like, well, it's on site with the Norteños, the Peckerwoods and the.
Well, explain what a Norteño is.
A Norteño is a northerner,
Hispanic.
Which is a Hispanic. That's the 14.
That's like Modesto, Sacramento.
I think it goes
Stockton,
far as Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And then
Fresno
north. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Fresno, they got these guys called the Bulldogs or something. But yeah, there's like different cliques, and then from like L.A., those are all 13 Serranos, you know.
So Serranos are L.A.
L.A.
Southern, like around, like if you're around here,
right? And they speak Spanish, you know, like the Northerners usually don't speak Spanish, not like, you know, like farmers or something. They say.
Yeah.
And it was over a pair of prison boots, like it was supposedly like it was over some boots, and that's what split them up, and they started north and south, whatever. If they would have stuck together, they probably would have took over the whole thing. Yeah. But dude, it was on site. Like it was over some tobacco. Some white boys.
What does on site mean?
On site means as soon as you see a northerner, or if they see a peckerwood, instant fighting. You don't like. It don't matter if you're shackled up or whatever, the guard's there or not. You rush them and you just start beating on them. Like,
what if when it's all done, you say I was there, but you weren't really there? They'll find out.
They'll find. Yeah, dude. They'll always know. Like when you go into your cell, when you first go into your cell.
What was that like?
You have to show your paperwork.
To who?
To the cellie that you're with.
Why? That's none of his business.
No, because they want to know if you're you want to in there because you could be a rapist or a child molester or like, you know what I mean. So
if you're one of those, you're
getting stabbed, beat up. You're getting rolled up. Yeah, you're done. There's on site right there.
They got families, they got daughters and sons. Yeah, like you can't mess around.
You know,
like that.
And some guards COs will let that happen. You know what I mean?
Okay, so how does that happen? So once you show, here's my paperwork, sir.
And you show it to me, I read it, and like it shows you everything, right?
Yeah,
like, all right. And then you're going to be like, all right, let me see yours. So I'm going to go on my stuff,
and then I'm
going to
show you yours.
And if it so happens to have something fucked up, you're going to be like, and
this is clean, you're good.
Yeah.
No, we're good.
We're good.
But what if there's something on here that's not good?
Instant beat down.
Like, in the cell?
In the cell. And and we were locked down, you know what I mean?
The cell?
In the cell.
Damn,
dude. Stand beat up, like... What, dude? It could get, and that was my first day. Like it's on site. Like these dudes didn't pay off they got some tobacco fronted. See, like they got it fronted, and that's what causes race riots. You know. Damn. So they're like, we're not paying it. All right, you're not paying it. So the word was when we're going to the shower, five white boys go to the shower. 8 of us go to the shower. There's guards front and back, and you're walking by the cells. And what they were doing is that, like the toothpaste that they give you in the fish kits,
is it Crest?
Or that you buy,
or is it just a
generic brand? I don't know if it's Crest, a generic brand.
Okay, yeah.
You know who owns the commissary list, right? Of all the prison system? Bob Barker, from The Price is Right.
Price is Right, Bob Barker?
Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Wow.
Him and his wife own it, and they make a killing.
Dude, he's rich.
Top ramen. It's like 24 cents or sorry. It's probably more now for one. But they were taking off the toothpaste cap lid, and they're wedging it in the cell door. And so when they would shut it...
With the paste?
With the toothpaste lid.
The cap.
The cap.
Oh, and so they can't put the key in.
So, they could put the key in, but it wouldn't lock the door.
It wouldn't lock the door.
So, like, when we would walk by, they'd wait for us to walk by, and they'd pop open the door and tink, or beat, you know what I mean? That was
what do you mean
down.
by
like stabbing you, you know? With
shank.
Yeah. Or beating you up.
So how do you even get shanks in prison?
You know, like...
explain what a shank is.
A shank is is a shiv, like a homemade knife. A homemade knife that will stab you. They got bone crushers. They got like...
What's a bone crusher?
A bone crusher is a very big one that's going to get you all the way to the where you're hitting bone. And
how do you get... Dude, they can make it out of this?
Oh, absolutely. You could rip off a piece of your sheet.
I can make
right
a knife
there.
out of this in prison.
Yes, you could get a piece of your sheet, rip it, and you could start hacksawing it like a hacksaw, and it starts heating up, and it will burn through. Or like your dinner tray, the plastic. You get a sheet, and you start going like a hacksaw, and that's going to start burning through, and you could start shaping.
So you're telling me they can make shanks out of dinner trays?
Yeah.
Get that.
Fingernail clippers, they can rip that off. Like, dude, you could just whatever, the springs off the bunk bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
okay, let's say I'm in prison. I'm one of the others, right?
Right.
And this guy's picking on me. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're gonna get Lee. Hey Ching, we're gonna get you. Mm-hmm. And then I need some kind of protection.
Yeah.
So who do I go to?
You go to your shot caller. And go,
okay.
Look, dude, what you know
he's
I mean?
an Asian dude?
Yes, another, right? That's because they're called cars, right? Like a car.
Yeah.
So like, all right, so
I'm in the other's car.
So like you're in the other's car, but right, all right. So there's a bunch of peckerwoods, right? There's like, if it's race, right? It's all the races together. But where are you from? I'm from I grew up in Santa Cruz, right?
You have to say the city?
Santa Cruz County.
Okay.
So where's your? Oh, you got me. Santa Cruz is small. You got maybe one dude. Modesto, Stockton, like where Neckbase is from, Stockton, they're called the East Side Okieville. They're like hillbilly white boys.
So there's cliques.
There's cliques, so they're called cars. So like from counties.
Right,
it's like what county you're from. But when it goes down with race, you all get together.
So I would be the others Hollywood clique.
So like I'm from San Diego County. So you'll find like the other, like, all right, there's a couple
other Asian guy.
Yeah, other Asians, all right. And like if you don't got nothing, they're gonna give you shampoo, some soups, like to get you started.
Oh, they hook me up?
They hook you up. Yeah.
Oh, because that's like my manager.
That's like your family. Yeah,
that's
your
family.
manager. Yeah.
Okay,
that's
like what
gonna
kind
be
of
your family for the amount of time that you got.
So if I have a problem, let's say some guy's like he keeps looking at my ass in the shower. I go, this guy keeps looking at my butt, man. I'm scared. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Right.
What do I do then?
Do
I go to my car?
Yeah, like you want to let them know. But like if he's just going to rush you, you don't ask nothing. You protect yourself. You know what I mean? Like you do all needs necessary to survive. Like you do you don't want your bottom touched at all.
So when does that usually happen? In the shower?
It could happen in the shower. It could happen in the bathroom when you're brushing your teeth. You shit, dude, you got shit in front of like
Wait a minute, I can't shit by myself and close the door.
Now, if you're in a cell, it's good. This is how big a cell is.
Yeah,
you go like
ahead,
this.
Go ahead.
You go like that. Your elbow like that.
Yeah.
That's how wide your cell is. That's how wide. So, and you got 2 grown-ass men living in it. 2 beds. A sink, a bench to ride on, a sink with the toilet, and that's it.
Jeez, man.
And that's it.
Okay, so let's say I have to take a dump.
Yeah. So
do I have to warn the other guys?
Yeah,
like,
hey, dude, if you fart, you got to sit on the toilet, and as you fart, you flush it. So all the
you flush your farts?
Yeah, you sure do.
Dude, you have to flush.
And as soon as that turd hits the water, you flush, and if you don't, you're getting beat up.
Okay, so let's say I
don't want the cell smelling.
Let's say I have diarrhea or something.
Yeah.
And it smells bad. What do I do?
You just flush as much, you know what I mean? And then you get baby powder and anything to help the smell. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. So it's really about respect.
Respect and clean. Like if you're a dirty person and we're a slob, you're gonna learn.
So what if you're a cat that don't want to shower? You're just some dirty dude.
You're gonna be told to, and if you don't, they're gonna roll you up. And roll you up means,
what does that mean?
That means you're gonna get warned first.
By who? Your car?
The car. The shot caller.
The car is going to warn you.
You're making us all look bad because you're representing all of us, right?
That's how it is.
It's about numbers.
Yeah.
The more you got, the stronger you are. And if you're not clean, that just makes us all look bad. So you're going to be warned. You have to do burpees. That's like...
what's a burpee?
A burpee is where you jog in place. You go down, and then you do push-ups back and hit your stomach. You know what I mean? And then... and if he doesn't catch on from there, you get 23 seconds. That stands for like white pride or whatever.
Yeah.
Alphabet, whatever. And you go in the bathroom and he gets slumped up for 23 seconds. no face shots because he could get a black eye and then he gets rolled up for fighting and sent to the hole. So then that's less numbers. So you just get kidney shots. And
by how many people?
Just a couple. You know what I mean?
Damn. So what's the worst thing that happened to you? Were you just?
I mean, I've been disciplined before. Like horse playing is a big no-no.
What does that mean?
Like just like socking each other or like just fooling around.
Yeah.
You know, with your buddy.
Yeah.
You would do out here, you know, but
wrestling or something.
Because then it could get serious, and then it just looks bad, and then it could end up in a fight, and it makes us once again makes your car or your race look bad. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's how you hold yourself.
Right. What's like a typical day in prison like? Like, what time do you have to wake up, and what do you have to do? You
wake up at 5 in the morning for breakfast. 5 in the morning. You don't have to wake up for breakfast, but you're going to be starving. You can make your own food off your...
Oh, man, I don't know if I can make that.
I know, it's hard, but, like, dude, you start...
I sleep at 5.
I know.
That's when I start getting ready for bed.
Everybody, So, well, then you can make your own food. Not only can you get your commissary list every 3 months, you could have your people out on the streets. It's called the quarterly package, where you could order off another list where you get shoes, sweats, tuna, peanut butter, like the more stuff, the more health, like different stuff.
I would want peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yeah.
And I love peanut butter and jelly, dude. I eat that every day.
You can't go wrong.
And in there, dude, they got the best peanut butter. It's so good.
Can you get tuna?
You get tuna, big time.
Can you get like corned beef and hash?
They serve that.
Man,
sometimes they got some good food. When you go to prison, they serve you bigger portions of food, and it's better because there's grown-ass men there, and you don't want them angry.
Well, what does prison food taste like?
It's not bad at all. Like I can eat it out here.
So what's your typical meal, prison meal?
Like, dude, like on Fridays, dude, you get like
spaghetti.
I got spaghetti.
Okay.
Like every Thursday was pancakes with peanut butter.
Oh, hell
dude,
yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man.
So everyone's in a good mood if they're getting pancakes. Yeah.
And that's when people start gambling for, you know what I mean?
Because they feel good.
And then they bet on their trays, and some people don't want to give it up, and then that starts fights. But
if you want other side hustles to make money in prison?
For me, I made tattoo ink. Like, I made all this ink myself. I made this ink.
You did?
Yeah.
You made it.
I made it.
Tattoo
and it came out pretty good, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Like, it's pretty dark. Like, all this is homemade ink.
How do you make homemade tattoo ink?
Say this is a soda can right here.
Yeah, this is
Priya's like, oh my God,
this is great.
Again.
No, this is good stuff.
Like
no, it's okay. I know, but I have it. This is new for the Steebee Weebee Show.
So say this is a soda can, right?
Okay, soda can of Coke.
Because you could get sodas on the commissary list, right? So you cut the top of the soda can off,
How do you cut? Do you have scissors?
You could get like the razor from your razor blade. You could pop that out.
You gotta be innovative.
And then you could cut it out, and then you could go into like the janitor room, and the dude that runs the janitor room, you could ask him for like the mop where you mop the floor, the little strands.
Yeah.
Rip off one, get a brand new mop.
Oh yeah, okay.
Rip off one of the strands, and you put that on the inside of the empty can. Right, like surround it around like that, and then pull it up, and you cut a slice on the top of the can, put it in there, and then the best stuff to use is baby oil.
Baby oil.
But baby oil was banned at Pelican Bay because they caught on. They knew we were using it for tattoo ink, so you use black orchid hair grease. You pack the hair grease or baby oil inside the can all the way up. You get a lighter, because you get lighters. You light it. And then you put a brown paper bag over it. So you put it in your locker, you light it, and put the brown paper bag, right, over it. It burns. All the soot sticks to the bag. Jeez. After it burns all the way down, you get the brown paper bag. You get your prison card ID, scrape it off, put it in a little Ziploc baggie, and you get 2 tablespoons of VO5 shampoo and 2 tablespoons of water, and mix it up, and that's your tattoo ink.
That's the ink?
That's the ink.
Who taught you that? How did you?
This dude Timmy, right? This dude Timmy from Yuba City.
Yeah.
He's a little fat white boy, right?
Yeah.
And he was cool. So he taught me, and the first time he was teaching me, so he shows me the whole get down, and we went down to play cards while it's burning, right? Because you do it when there's certain guards that don't, like as long as you don't put your business out on Front Street.
Yeah.
he's cool. He'll let you do what you want. Don't give him paperwork to do, and he'll let you. You know, you gotta be smart about it. So we went to go check on it because it's gonna be count time where you have to go to your bunk and they count. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they would smell it or whatever. So we go up to the locker. We open it up, and Timmy goes to blow on it. Right? He's like, and it won't go out. Right? The flame. Right? And
damn.
So he's all, go get water because it wouldn't go out. Right? And I was like, okay. So I went and got a cup of water. He's inside the locker because they're big lockers. And I'm like over his back, like leaning over, looking at him. And he throws it on the fire. And its hair, like it went, and it burnt his goatee, his eyelashes. It burnt the side of my face. Damn. And we messed up, right? So we blew it. So then we got warned, like, you guys got to watch what you're doing. We did it again.
Oh, by your car?
Our car.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Because we could blow it for other races, and people got stuff stashed that, you know what I mean? You could blow it for everybody. Blow the spot up.
Yeah.
So we do it again, and dude, the bag catches on fire. The fire alarms go off, and we open the lock, and there's soot everywhere. So every race had to help us clean it up.
Oh, man.
And dude, it just went nuts. We ended up cleaning it all up, and we pulled it, but we ended up having to do it outside. We couldn't do
that's
it in
crazy.
But I would sell it. I would get like little Visine type bottles.
Yeah. You slang like you would slang it.
Fill it up, and I'd sell it for like $30-$35.
People would buy it.
Yeah.
Because this is a much needed thing.
Everybody.
This is
wants
like
tattoos.
gold.
It's like
you
gold.
made gold.
If you could tattoo in prison,
you
are a king. Yeah.
So your
locker will be full of food.
They'll love.
Yeah.
You get soap.
Everything.
Top ramen.
Zoom.
So
wham,
what?
wham.
So if you end up going to prison, learn how to tattoo.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Dude, I could talk about this for 5 hours.
Dude, I just
because we're like down to our last 10 minutes, and I haven't even talked about you guys' podcast.
I know.
We got off skating, and because
this
explain
could be part
real
one,
quick.
man.
Well, you got to come back, dude. Please,
dude, I gotcha.
Because
I want to started.
I want to do a whole prison edition where you teach like the viewers how to make prison dishes and stuff.
Well,
that'd be tight.
I'm inviting you to.
I would love to.
We're doing an art show. When is it, Priya? October 26th.
I think I'm already aware of it.
All right.
It's other skaters too, right? Skaters and artists.
Horace Walker.
Yeah. Let's plug that. Let's plug that right now.
Okay. Pizzanista, my friend Solomon McGhee, I grew up skating with. He got Skater of the Year. He's an amazing skater. He owns this pizza spot in Long Beach on 7th Street.
Yeah.
Pizza. It's amazing pizza. Well, he's a skater. It's a skater type pizza
love it.
place.
I love it. It's in downtown.
Yeah.
And
I love it. We're doing an art show, and it's at what time? Starts at 7, and dude, there's like Horace Walker, Tim Kerr, Salba, Jason Jesse.
Yeah.
Dude, there's
all
like
your homies?
all my homies.
How do people get tickets?
More.
Or do they just roll up?
Dude, it's free. You just come show up.
Oh.
Please come. Dude, you guys are invited, and I'm releasing my own jailhouse prison style pizza.
Dude.
You guys please come.
Okay, so definitely go to that. Say the date and the location again.
October 26th. At 7 p.m. It's at Pizzanista in Long Beach, and it's on 7th Street. And Rip Ride, we're going to be doing Rip Ride. It's Rip Ride Podcast presents. What's it called? Splendid. What's the name of it? Splendid Feast.
Okay.
And it's got all these guys showing all their artwork, and then we're going to do I did the sweet and sour pork when I was locked up.
Yeah, that's your dish.
Yeah, and we putting it on a pizza. Damn, and we did a little test run, and it was delicious. Yeah, so we're going to be having that.
Yeah,
and,
I love it. I love the prison stuff. What was that, Craig?
Oh, I just wanted to plug all their stuff. So
Yeah, let's plug. Don't you have a podcast with your?
Yeah, me and Priya Latakosla, my lovely girlfriend.
Yep.
She's my co-host, and every Saturday and Sunday.
What's it called?
It's called Rip Ride Podcast with Andy Roy.
Rip Ride.
Check it out. Every Sunday we do it. And we just did a live audience last Saturday with Jason Ellis and Simon Woodstock, and it was amazing. It was pretty cool. It's skaters, surfers. Someone just that's got a rad story, whatever. I want you to come on. You gotta come on.
Thank you. I would be honored. You had Edward Furlong on.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I met him through BAM and doing those
I'm
Comic-Con.
a big fan, dude.
Yeah,
Terminator
we'll have to
2,
get him over here, man.
American History X. Big fan.
He's sober. He's got over a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah. When I saw that, I was tripping.
Crazy,
Because
right?
you don't see a lot of him anywhere.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, he's still around. And
He's supposed to be in the new Terminator movie. Yeah. He just.
How do we see your podcast?
how do we see your podcast?
Dear Andy channel on YouTube.
Yeah, check out Dear Andy.
Yeah, Dear Andy.
Because he's got vlogs as well.
I don't even know
Yeah.
what a vlog. What is that? I'm.
You have
computer
videos.
illiterate.
You have videos of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube channel.
Advice videos.
Advice. I do a Dear Andy. It's advice where people call in and I give them advice.
Yeah, that's right.
Like sexual to money to skating to fighting, surviving,
Everything.
being successful in life. I'm your guy. I'll give you advice to succeed. You know what I mean? To be that guy.
So subscribe to Dear Andy.
Dear Andy. And I got a YouTube channel, right? Is that?
That's the YouTube.
Yeah.
That's the YouTube
Yeah.
The podcast is on Dear Andy YouTube channel.
So the podcast is on Dear Andy.
Yes.
So,
YouTube
YouTube channel.
channel.
So subscribe.
Subscribe, please.
Yeah.
I do
What's your
Andy
Instagram?
Roy 18. Yeah, Andy Roy 18. That's my Instagram. And dude, I'm just I try and give skateboard lessons, dude. I don't know.
How? Okay, let's say like someone watches this and they want to get the kid wants a skateboarding lesson from you. How do they reach you?
They DM me, right? Or Andy. What is it?
AndyRoy18 at yahoo.com.
AndyRoy18@yahoo.com. This is all new. All this stuff is like, dude, I know how to sext, Instagram, and look at porn. Like I only know like that iPhone, like those little TV screens, all those little things freak me out. I get overwhelmed.
dude. This is great. This
learning.
platform is. I mean, that's why I have it. Is for people like you, man. You know.
Yeah.
So they can check
Thank
out
you.
cool, other people's stuff.
Yeah. I'm sweating just thinking
Yeah,
about
yeah.
like
No,
all
no,
this.
don't
like,
don't
dude.
don't. There's no need to stress.
I
There's
didn't
no
know what
stress.
a podcast was before.
No,
like,
but you're
she
doing
told me
it.
to
No, you're
do
doing it.
and
Yeah.
I was like, like,
Dude, just keep doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing half the time, but we're still here.
Nah, this
Yeah.
is rad, man. I like what you
Dude,
got
you're
going on.
you're always welcome. I actually want you to come back right.
Dude,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
down, dude.
Yeah,
I would love to.
Oh, next time you gotta talk about Pruno.
Pruno. Oh yeah.
How prisoners make Pruno,
Yeah.
which is the prison wine.
Yep, the alcohol.
Yeah. Well, after Pruno, or after what? How? Yeah. We didn't even get to that.
Yeah, dude. We got a lot.
Yeah, a
more,
lot more to talk
man.
about.
Crazy stuff.
Oh, what about skateboarding stuff? Do you have like maybe a guest board coming out, or like you're still skating as well?
Yeah. I like my good friend Jason Jesse, who I looked up to.
Damn, that's
we're
OG
trying to
too.
get something going, and then I sell like on the Andy Roy 18 at yahoo.com. Like I sell skateboards, T-shirts.
Oh, how do people get a skateboarder T-shirt?
Like on the Andy Roy 18 at yahoo.com.
AndyRoy18.com.
Oh, AndyRoy18.com.
AndyRoy18.com. Go on that website and get some gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got T-shirts,
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff, man. And
Probably did we cover? We got all of the website, email, boom. We got. I want to make sure we got it.
Thank you,
we
man.
got
I
dude,
appreciate it,
That
dude.
was
You rule,
sick.
man.
That was sick.
yeah,
I love it, man. I got
Dude.
lost, dude. I know that we're we'll do it again. But dude, this one flew by for me.
I know. It felt like 10 minutes.
Sometimes I'm like, man, this is long. But this one was like, what? We're already there.
It's
So
crazy
I have a
long.
couple announcements, and then there's no Little Ray's World this week, but next week we'll be back for Little Ray's World. It's a puppet show that I do.
Oh,
every
I
other
wanted to
week.
see
Yeah,
it
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
But it's every other week. There's a Patreon attached to the show. If you want to be a part and become a patron to help the show still exist, go to patreon.com/Steebee Weebee. There's also a website now, www.steebeeweebeeshow.com. Our new patrons this week, our patron was Zach Derling. And I also have music at SteebieWeebieBandcamp.com. Thank you, Michael Martinez, for purchasing some music. I'm working on a new EP called Ode to My Pops. Steebee on the Streety is a new series we're doing on my channel where I do street interviews, and we're still continuing that. We're doing Steebee Clips now, right?
The box.
And we're doing a Steebee's P.O. Box where I unbox packages that you guys send in. If you want to send in a package, send your packages and stuff to 1425 North Cherokee Avenue, P.O. Box 1391, LA, California 90093. Support the homies podcast, Necro Electric, Losco Projects, and WFE. Dude, it was an honor having you.
Dude,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Spell the Andy Roy
Yeah.
website. It's AndyRoy18. So is it? Yeah. If you want to spell it.
Like my name. I know how to spell my name. Yeah, ANDYROY 18
dot
com.
com. Is that it?
I did it.
Yeah,
I
let's
did
do it one
You
more
helped me.
time. ANDYROY 18 dot com. Go there now and buy a shirt or buy all the stuff.
Yes,
That was
thank
awesome,
you.
man.
Rad.